today's our last day. Tomorrow we hit Marseille and we leave. It's been a great 10 days. Today we're in Barcelona, although we don't arrive there until 1 o'clock and then leave at 8 o'clock tonight. So the forecast for Barcelona is thunderstorms. Right now, upstairs, the sun is just beginning to make its appearance, but it's very, very windy. We've got a couple of beds up on the back of deck 16. I got up at 7, which is when everything opens, and believe it or not, 4 of the 8 beds were already taken. And the ones that we normally get were taken, so we're right at the other end. But we have managed to get some. You might wonder what is special about them, where they're kind of double beds with a mattress on, which are very comfortable and raised back. So it's kind of a bit special, much better than sitting on normal sunbeds every day. Now, last night we went to the theatre and saw The Big Apple, which I enjoyed. It was a lot of American kind of New York type songs. Costumes were great, dancing was great, and singing was good. It's the thing about MSC. I mean, my husband, Alan, he said, well, you know, you can't get the plot. Well, let me tell you something. If you're going to go to an MSC show, don't look for a plot. Just do not look for a plot. There's no plot. The plot, you start off with a plot, but it kind of just disintegrates. Somewhere along the line, there was a guy jumping out of a box, which is nothing to do with the story. Then there was some tribal people who tied a girl to this post. So there's this girl which they tied to this post, and it was quite obviously a jungle type scene, which is a bit strange considering it was New York and the backdrop was New York, and then suddenly the screen was filled with a picture of King Kong. So I guess that's what it was, King Kong, New York skyscrapers, the girl tied up, but I don't recall her ever being tied to a jungle pole. But anyway, so don't look for a plot when you're looking at an MSC show. Just look for the individual songs and the entertainment, because if you're looking for a plot, you will always get totally sidetracked. But I enjoyed it, and I mentioned yesterday that we had to sit in twos with space between. Well, somebody must have reinterpreted the rule, because when we came in last night, people were sitting in their families and in their groups with spaces between them and strangers. So we 4 sat together as we had previously. So obviously they've reinterpreted. Now, the story of the chocolate ships. Now, we get a chocolate chip each on every cruise because we're Diamond members, and they're brown chocolate. I would hesitate to say plain chocolate because it's kind of plainish, but my grandsons like those. So I normally get those 2 chocolate chips and then buy a white chocolate chip for my granddaughter, because Millie is like her nana, she likes white chocolate. Now you can buy praline-filled chocolate chips in the chocolate shop, but I always go and ask for and order a solid white chocolate chip for me, so that she's got a solid chocolate chip. All the boys have got solid chocolate chips. Gosh, that's a mouthful to say. So went down there yesterday and ordered the chip. They said, we can't take that order. So, what do you mean you can't take the order? I've ordered this on Grandiosa and Riviera. Why can't you take it? Oh no, the cruise concierge has to authorize it and place the order. So I'm like, why? I've done this on every ship. No, we can't do it. I said, are you able to make it? Yes, I'm able to make it, but I can't make it without authorization. So he then tried to explain that as Diamond members we were entitled to a ship. But I said, no, it's got nothing to do with being Diamond. We've already got our ships. We just want to buy white chocolate ships. So anyway, we went down and found the cruise concierge and spoke to her, and she was like, I've never had to authorise a ship before. Well, why was it got to come from me? That's daft. So she phoned somebody else who kind of higher up the chain, and they said they would speak to the chocolate shop, and she said she'd get a message back to us. So we got a message in our cabin last night to say that the chocolate ship is ready and waiting for us in Jean-Philippe Chocolate. So Jean-Philippe Chocolatier. So we're going to pop down there later this morning, and pick that up. We're also going for another COVID test. That's 3 COVID tests that we've had since we've been on board. We all took our lateral flow test that we registered for before, that we had to upload to go back to England. And it's a bit crazy really, because we're getting them on MSC. We've got to get one today, ready to get off tomorrow. And we're flying back tomorrow, so it would have been perfectly fine, except that for England we had to register it with one of the prescribed providers, which meant £30 each. And then when we get back, and then today we've got to complete our locator forms with our day 2 test number on, to prove that we've actually already bought and paid for the day 2 test. Now, I've been told that all that comes to an end in October, which I'm extremely glad about, because it really is foolish. I mean, you take exactly the same test as you take when you get a free test in England and upload it to the government website. So it really is a pointless exercise just for making money. It's a money spinner for all these companies that are providing tests, because they're exactly the same as the tests that you pick up in the chemist. We got given 2 packs of tests in Primark. Are exactly the same as that. And I think it's great that MSC is doing tests. They do a test before you get on the ship. They do a test before a disembarkation of our first cruise. Even though we didn't get off, we had to get a test, and then we've had, so altogether in 10 days we've had 3 tests, plus the one that we've done already, plus the one before we got on. So since we left home we've had 5 tests, and every single day you get the testing on your forehead gauge temperature taken as you leave for breakfast. So they're very, very safe. We have masks all the time. I forgot my mask this morning, and the first thing they did was hand me a mask. And so they're very cautious. I saw people on Facebook saying, they don't make everyone wear a mask. Well, that's certainly not been our experience. I did find out, however, that apparently 2 weeks ago they changed the buffet to be self-service again, as a lot of restaurants are in the UK. We went to a Chinese restaurant where it was totally self-service. It was an all-you-can-eat buffet, and it was just exactly like it was before. But apparently they did that here, but there were some COVID tests that came back positive, so they immediately put back the protocols that were in place before that week. So they're trying very hard to make sure that the ship stays COVID-free. And since we've been on, there have been no cases reported, and as I said, we've been getting tested on a regular basis. And so we're getting off tomorrow into Marseille, flying home tomorrow afternoon, and so we get back to England. But we've had a wonderful time. It's been a wonderful cruise. I will report again later on, just to kind of finish it all off. But today, we're going to have a cup of coffee in the buffet here. We've already had our breakfast before we venture upstairs, because it was very windy, and see what we're going to do today. Maybe it won't be a sunbathing day. Don't know, but it's looking a bit dodgy. So yeah, talk to you soon.